Oh, here's a funny article I think we should all check out from the Daily Mail, published October 25th, 2025 at 8:49. Psychotherapist explains why No Kings rallies consisted of mostly educated white women. A psychotherapist has explained why many attendees of last week's No Kings protests were educated white women in their 40s. Jonathan Alpert, a New York City-based mental health counselor, told Fox News that 40-something women are probably the biggest demographics for consumers of mental health services, probably 20s to 40s. Although there isn't a demographic data available for all the hundreds of towns and cities that had these anti-Trump demonstrations, data does exist for Washington, D.C. American university researchers who tracked protest movements told Axios that the typical person attending the No Kings protest in D.C. on October 18th was an educated white woman in her 40s who had heard about it through their friends or via Instagram. That's hilarious. I mean, yeah, social contagion. Your algorithm more the things that you want to see, and people really get riled up when they see videos that make them angry. You would think that positive natured videos would be the most digested type, but no, of course not. It's the negative stuff, the stuff that gets you pissed. So, of course, these types of algorithms are prevalent in that age group, the people that are feeling aggrieved by the white man, I guess, the ladies. Let's continue. Oh, where are we here? He said that rather than actually affecting change, many of them are simply craving community or validation, which he said can be addictive. A lot of times people are unhappy in their own lives, he told Fox. They may have anxiety or anger, and they project that onto others. That's partly what we're play out as out of these rallies. Oh, and here's the guy about this. This is our psychoanalyst, our psychotherapist here, whatever. The counselor. There are roughly 2,500 No Kings events throughout the country last Saturday. Altogether, an estimated 7 million people turned out to protest Trump's actions as president, specifically things they perceive as dragging the United States closer to authoritarianism. The name of the movement reveals that not so subtle accusations from liberals and leftists that Trump resembles a king, though he's repeatedly denied this. I'm not a king, Trump told reporters on Air Force One ahead of the latest No Kings protest. I worked my ass off to make our country great. End quote. That's great. And he even donates all of his pay. Like he's lost more money than made being president. You guys understand that, right? He's lost more money. He's definitely lost brand recognition. And in his name and business, brand recognition really is everything, wouldn't you say? I guess people that aren't being serious wouldn't say so, but serious people that understand finance, understand politics, understand future, past relativism, they can set vendettas aside and that yes, the sun will rise in the east and set in the west, and some things just are, regardless of how you feel about them. But anyways, I mean, it's pretty obvious about stuff. On the day of the protest, Trump posted an AI video of himself wearing a fighter jet. He proceeded to dump feces on the protesters. I've seen the video. It's hilarious. It is. It's funny as hell. I think Harry Sisson is like prominently featured in the video too, or at the beginning of the dump at least. The most common issues demonstrators showed up to publicly oppose were the Trump administration's mass deportation policy and its ongoing efforts to place federal agents and National Guard troops in blue cities. House Speaker Mike Johnson has deemed the nationwide protest as the Hate America rally. He's not wrong. And accused people who showed up being Hamas supporters or being part of Antifa. Also, I mean, not 100% correct, but incorrect either. Last weekend's No Kings protests was the second one of Trump's term. The prior event, which happened on the same day as Trump's military parade in Washington, D.C., had about 5 million attendees, according to organizers. Yeah, maybe the first one, but the second one definitely did not. And especially maybe nationwide, they got the first. But anyways, it really does show you something about psychology and mentality of the American consumer and who's buying into what and who believes what and who doesn't really want to read the technological, logical aspects of the things that they should be paying attention to. Instead, they're just letting their heart be swayed by what seems to be an emotional argument. Ladies, I'm just as guilty of this as you. It happens to us all. No one wants to see people in distress. No one wants to see people having a hard time or having a hard go at life. But be sure and read if that person that looks like they're in distress, if they're not an absolute monster being arrested for some very terrible crimes. Be sure of who you're defending, because many times I've seen in the recent past, and you have too, that a lot of people, after the facts come out, you realize, oh, that person was a monster and he definitely should not be around me or my family. Remember that there's a lot of bad people out there, and that's basically what Trump's trying to do. You're not getting kicked out of America. You're an American citizen. Period. You can't. So that's not happening. Remember that. If you agree, like, share, and subscribe. Follow for more. And if you disagree, be sure and leave it out in the comments. Either way, I hope you have a beautiful day. See ya.